All right, so I got
This is a Chuki beat production.
new cleats to replace these old cleats. These are looking pretty bad. I don't know exactly how long I've had them, but probably 2 years. And as you can see, the yellow little padding area for you to walk on is wore off. And this part right here, it's gonna be really hard to see, is really getting thin. So yeah, time to replace those. I'm gonna show you guys the trick that I use. Showed me how to keep it where my cleats stay perfectly aligned whenever I replace them. You don't want to just unscrew the cleats that are on there and screw the new cleats back on and just hope that it's lined up, because the chances are it's not going to be. And then if your cleats aren't lined up, you could have all kinds of trouble. Your knees could start hurting, hips could start hurting. I imagine even your ankles could start hurting. So it's real important to make sure that you get the cleats exactly in the position that you had them in. And it's a real easy trick to do. So let's get started and I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, so a couple things that you'll need to get started. The new cleats, your shoes that you're wanting to replace the cleats on, a tool, an Allen key of some sort to take the cleats off and put the new cleats on, and then the most important piece, a marker. This is the trick right here. Let me show you. So you've got your cleat and your shoe that you're wanting to replace. Look at this stuff, it's just coming right off. It's kind of crazy. So, all right. And then basically there's gonna be, on this particular model, this is a 3-bolt. This pedal is actually an SPD SL cleat. It's a Shimano design. There's other types out there that are 3-bolt. This is probably the most common one. And there's also a 2-bolt. This will work with any type of cleat that I've ever seen. So it's real simple. You take your little marker, pop that cap off, and then you want to make sure you get a good trace around the cleat, the whole entire cleat. What this will do is it will put a nice little outline on the shoe. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's putting a nice little outline on the shoe. Even though the sole's black, you can still see it. It's important to get all of it because you want to make sure that you can get this thing back exactly the same. All right. So yeah, that's all you gotta do right there. So let me do it to the other shoe real quick. All right, there we go. Both cleats have been traced and are ready to be removed.
This is a Chuki beat production.
So what we'll do is we'll find the appropriate size Allen key. I want to say it's the 4mm that will fit in there. Yep, it is. All right. There is one old cleat removed and all of its pieces. And you can see the nice little outline where I traced. Without that, you'd just be kind of guessing on parts of the shoe. So let's get this one off. All right, number 2. You can see that one is nice and traced too. So now let's open up our package. I haven't ever bought a non-Shimano brand, so I decided to just stick with Shimano because you're talking, I think I paid 20 bucks for these. And if I replace them every year or every 2 years, that is very, very low cost. The knockoffs were like $10 to $15, and I just don't know what the quality is. And I know the Shimano ones will last quite a while. There's a couple of different models. This is just the one that I'm used to. It's got a little bit of float to it. Looks like 6 degrees of float. So since I'm used to that, I'm gonna stick with them. So let's get them open. Be careful because there are parts in here that you will need to use. So now here's all your shiny new pieces compared to your rusty ones. So let's get this open. All right, so you should have 6 bolts and 6 oblong washers. Take our first shoe, and the cleats don't have any particular side to them. They're identical. So you just basically will take this cleat and you will line it up as best you can on here, just like that. And you don't have to worry about getting it perfect whenever you first put it on there, because it's going to move around while you put the bolts on. And you can put the bolts on loose and then just tighten them up once you get it perfectly aligned. So we'll get this guy put together with its bolts. Now that I've got that in there, I can take it and just make sure all of the angles are perfect. So I don't know if you can see that on this side. I need to come over just a little bit. There we go. Let's get this thing tightened up. Tighten that single one first, just a little bit, and then come down here and do the same to this side. Now it's pretty much locked in place, and I like to give it a good twist there so it'll definitely not come loose. I haven't ever had a Shimano cleat come off before. I have had another brand come off on my mountain bike, but not a Shimano one. So there's that one. It looks like it's lined up really good. Just double check everything. Looks good to me. And man, that looks nice and fresh. All right, let's make sure that it's lined up. New ones, old ones, much. All right, that's it. That's how easy it is to replace cleats. Now you can use this method with the marker for, like I said, any style of cleats. I've used Shimano SPD pedals, the little metal ones that are 2 bolts. I've used Crank Brother pedals, and that's actually what I use on my mountain bike. And then I've used these SPD SL Shimano style cleats, which a lot of people call a 3-bolt cleat. So all you need is just those couple of tools, and then a marker, little Allen key, new set of cleats, and you're good to go. If you guys have any questions on the process that I use to do this, or if there's any other type of bike related tech questions that you might have, just hit me up, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Talk to you guys later. See ya.